All right, this is the final lesson in Chapter 9. This is where we bring it all together. All that you've done with area of the parallelogram, triangle, trapezoid, you get to have fun and put it all together. I love this stuff. It's about putting all the pieces together to get one final answer when you have a problem, okay? So the learning target is this. We want to find the area of composite figures. Well, what's a composite figure? Here's your definition. A composite figure is a figure of two or more dimensional figures. So you might have a trapezoid put together with a triangle, or a parallelogram with a triangle, or a triangle with another triangle, or different shapes like this one right here. This is a composite figure. Okay, it's not like a parallelogram or it's not like a triangle. It's a couple different things. Now there's ways to figure this out. Multiple ways. Okay, and this is the creative part, is that you don't have to do it the same way. You just have to think about it. This is where math becomes a real thinking. What should I do? I have a problem. How do I figure it out? And what are some ways I could do that? Okay, so on this one, I have this shape here. I could go like this over here. Now I have one big parallelogram. I could find the area of the parallelogram. And then I have a trapezoid here. I could find this trapezoid, take the area of the whole thing, subtract this part, and it would leave me with this. I could do that. But as I'm thinking about it, a little too complicated for me. So instead, I'm going to just go like this. Now I have a triangle here and a parallelogram here. And I can find the area for that, and I can find the area for that. Once I found those two areas, I put them together, I have my area for this whole composite figure. So let's do that. Area of a parallelogram, area equals base times height. So I have my base here of 12, and we're only talking about this, not worried about here. We can't do this whole 10 feet because that includes everything, but we have a height of 4, okay, times 4. So the area equals 48. So this right here is 48 feet squared. Now I got to find this. Well, I need to find my height and my base. So how do I find this much right here? Well, I know that this right here is 4 feet. If this is 4 feet, this whole thing is 10 feet. This must be 6 feet. Because 6 feet plus 4 feet equals a total of 10 feet. Okay, see how I had to figure that out? This one, from here to here is 8. From here to here is 12. So this must be 4 feet. Because 4 feet plus 8 feet gets me my 12 feet. All right, that's the little figuring that you have to do. Now I can find the area of this triangle. Area of a triangle equals 1/2 times base times height. Area equals 1/2. My base is 4, and my height is 6. Okay? Area equals 1/2 times 24. Area equals 12. So this is 12 feet squared. 48 feet squared here, 12 feet squared here. Put those two shapes together. 48 plus 12 gets me 60. The area equals 60 feet squared. Okay? So I just found this little triangle, this parallelogram, put them together. Now I have the composite area. The area of this composite figure. Okay? Let's do another one. Right here. We have this shape here. It's almost a parallelogram. There's just this little, if I would go like this, then I would have a parallelogram. What I need to find is I need to find the area of the whole thing. Then I need to find the area of this little triangle. Take the whole thing, take away this thing, and it'll leave me with just this part here. Okay? So let's do it. Let's find the whole thing first. It's a parallelogram. Area equals base times height. My base is 7. And my height all the way is 10. So area equals 70 meters squared. 70 meters squared includes this little part here, okay, because it's the parallelogram. But now I have to find this little triangle, and we'll get rid of that, and that'll leave us with what we really need, okay? So I know this is 10. This is 10 here. This is 7. So this must be 3, okay? This is 7 all the way across here. 5 plus 2 would give me my 7. Okay? Just a little figuring. So now I have this area of a triangle. Area equals 1/2 times base times height. Okay. Area equals 1/2 times my base of 2 times my height of 3. Area equals 1/2 times 6. Area equals 3. So this is 3 meters squared. Okay, so if the big thing is 70, I take away this little triangle. 70 minus 3, it leaves me with 67. So this is no longer 70, it's 67 meters squared, which is just this part here. Okay? If I didn't want to do this where I would subtract something, I could have gone something like this. Put a line right here. Now I have a trapezoid here. Then I wouldn't need this. I'd have a trapezoid here. Find the area of the trapezoid. Find the area of this parallelogram. Area of this parallelogram is easy. It's 7 by 7, so that's 49 meters squared. Now this one, let's do it just for fun. I want you to, let's see. I need this base here, which is 7 meters. And then I need this little part here. Well, I know this is 7. 7 is here. And 10 is total, so this must be 3. The height of 3. Okay. Now let's do our formula. 1/2. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times height times base 1 plus base 2. Let's put in the numbers. Area equals 1/2. My height is 3, and my base is 7 and 5. I do my parentheses first. Bring everything else down. Now I can do these. That's 36 times 1/2 equals area. And 1/2 of 36 is 18. So this is 18 meters squared. Now I have my trapezoid and my parallelogram. All I have to do is put 49 plus 18, and I get 67. So the total of this thing is 67. See how I did it? One way, I broke it down here and got a trapezoid and a parallelogram. Put them together, okay? But here, the first way, I made this into a big parallelogram and then a little triangle, and I just had to remove this little triangle from it. Either way, I get 67 meters squared. Okay, so that's how you can find the area of a composite figure. Now, I'm going to stop this video because the next one, together these two would be too long for a video. So the next thing I want to talk about is when you have an overlapping, when you have two figures that are overlapping. Like I have a parallelogram here and a parallelogram here. Overlap them. There's one composite area to the whole thing. But if I figure out both of these, there's an overlapping thing, and I got to figure out what to do there. Okay? So this was just about figuring out composite figures, the area of a composite figure. Next video that I want you to watch right away, right after this one, is about finding an overlap, the area of an overlapping figure. Okay?